What about refinancing my home so I can take the equity and pay off consumer debt? Do you know how many people are thinking about doing that right now? And if you have to get off before I can give you the whole answer, stop. Don't do it. Stop it. Don't do it. Don't even think about doing it. I'm going to put the example on the screen of what happens when we refinance to pay off high interest loans, to consolidate debt using a mortgage to do it. So let me show you what we're talking about. So we have a mortgage here. I'm going to change this up a little bit. Okay. Let's say we have a mortgage of $350,000. $350,000. Okay. Now it was down to $300,000. All right. What we did was we rolled in $50,000 worth of debt, high interest debt. Some of it as high as 27, maybe even 30%. Okay. So we rolled in $50,000 worth of debt because we'd taken that 27%. This is what we're taught to think. And now we got it down to 6%. Ooh, we're feeling good. Do you know that if we did this right, when we're looking at making the minimum payments on that debt, do you realize one of the things that sells this is that by rolling it into the mortgage, you could have reduced the amount that you're paying out each month, the entire payment, by as much as $1,000. Anywhere from $500 to $1,000, you have now extra discretionary income because you rolled that money into the mortgage. Okay. Now, before we even get there, before I even show you the math, I'm going to tell you what happens to most people who do that. They pay off their credit cards and maybe even a car loan. Okay. And it feels good for a while. But guess what they didn't learn? They didn't learn how to manage their credit card debt. They roll that money into the mortgage. And what happens with their credit cards after a few months, Liza? They start charging those cards right back up. Yeah, that's what happens.
Yes, absolutely. Especially for the holiday season and everything. The years go by fast, so it adds up.
There's something about a credit card with a zero balance that just keeps calling my name. And they charge them right back up. Okay, so that is the thing, folks. So watch this. Watch this. Here's what happens when a bank is successful in getting us to roll $50,000 into our mortgage, even at 6%. I want to show you what happens. Here's our new payment. We have a payment of $2,098.43 on our mortgage. We've just lowered our monthly expenditures by maybe $1,000. All right. So we're feeling good. We have an extra $1,000 in our budget because we paid off some of those loans. But I need to show you, once we get that, now we're paying back the $50,000 we added onto the mortgage. Remember, you were already down to $300,000 and you took $50,000 from over here and you put it over here. You're no more in debt. You have the same amount of debt, but you reconfigured it in a way that you believe that is saving you money. Okay? Now, here's the other thing I need you to think about. Ask yourself this. When the bank offers you a way to save money, who has to be losing money if you're saving it? Come on, somebody. Talk to me. If you're saving money, someone has to be losing money. Who does it have to be if the bank is offering you a way to save money? Yeah, it would have to be the bank. And the bank is never in that place. Let me show you what just happened. I got a $350,000 mortgage. I had it down to $300,000. What I've done now, I've rolled that money, $50,000, into my mortgage, and I now have a brand new 30-year mortgage again. All right. But I have a payment that's better and I have more cash available because I paid that off. I need you to see something right now. I need you to see something. And here's how you need to look at it. Here's how you need to look at it. Somebody just did the numbers. Sunny side up just did the numbers. It says paid $14,000 interest on only $7,263 worth of principal. Wow. Watch this, folks. Watch this. We're paying off this debt. All right. And I need you to take a look at cumulative principal and cumulative interest here. All right, Sunny Side Up, since you did the math, I'm going to show you something so you can make an even more powerful statement. What I'm using is a website called Brett Whistle. All right. And he has an amortization calculator that gives us cumulative principal and cumulative interest. Watch this. So in the first year, remember that $50,000 we rolled into the loan? You know we have to pay that off, right? To get back to the $300,000 we had before we refinanced. Let's just pay off the first $50,000. In the first year, we actually pay off $4,289.07 of the 50 grand we rolled in to the mortgage. And guess how much interest we just paid on $4,000 worth of debt? $20,883 in interest on that debt. Folks, when it was outside the mortgage, there was no way you would have paid $20,000, almost $21,000 worth of interest on that debt when it was in the credit cards, even at 7%, 27% interest. No way. But when you roll it into your mortgage, this is what it does. So listen, in the second year, we paid off $8,000. Cost $41,000. Listen, I'm just going to rip the Band-Aid off, and we're going to pay back the first $50,000 in this mortgage. I'm going to rip it off. We're going to scroll all the way down to $50,000, and it's going to take 109 payments in your mortgage to pay off $50,000 in debt that you rolled in. Remember, it was a high interest debt, 27, 30%. We got to get rid of that. That's what we're being taught. Get rid of that high interest debt, roll it into the low interest mortgage, and to pay off $50,000 to do it the bank's way in the mortgage will cost $178,396.97. $178,396.97. Wow.
Wait a minute. Can you go back and say that again one more time?
One more time. It's going to take 109 payments, 109 months. Okay? 60 months is 5 years. 5 years, 6 years, 7 years, 8 years, 9 years. All right? 9 years and 1 month. 9 years and 1 month to pay off that $50,000 you rolled into this loan. Because of the way that we pay mortgages, we just forget about it after a while because we felt good at the time. It felt good to get rid of all of those payments. It felt good. It felt good to have that extra $1,000 in my hand. But we had no idea. No one ever explained to us the cost of doing that. To pay off the $50,000 will cost $178,396.97 in interest doing it the bank's way. This is why they want you to roll that money in.
But Don has some valuable information that can contribute to the quality of a person's life. And it only costs you a few dollars. It's his book. Why not get that?
I'm going to go through the P.I.L.L method myself with some of my investment properties. So I'm going to link up with Don, and then I'm going to sit down with him, show him my investment portfolio, and see how I can eliminate interest.